This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Hi, I'm Pastor Emmy Swedland from Faith Lutheran Church in Morris, Minnesota. We find ourselves in the church world in the season of Advent, these weeks leading up to our Christmas celebrations. This year, we're particularly thinking about how God meets us in the midst of both the light and the darkness. Barbara Brown Taylor has a delightful book entitled Learning to Walk in the Dark. And I'm going to read to you an excerpt from that book as she thinks about what experiences and things from her life has shaped how she thinks of the dark. Taylor writes, "What I learned from the original Cinderella story and others like it is that mysterious things happen in the dark. Sometimes the mystery is frightening, as when Hansel and Gretel come upon the witch's house in the woods, or when ugly Rumpelstiltskin shows up at night to save the miller's daughter by spinning straws into gold. Other times it is redeeming, as when the 7 dwarves rescue Snow White from the wicked queen's tricks, or Belle's tears fall on the beast and turn him back into a prince. I was so sure that all these things happen in the dark that I am surprised 50 years later to discover that they did not. They did not happen in the literal dark anyway. Instead, they happened in the dark of one child's imagination, confirming her sense that what is most true is not always evident by the bright light of day. While such stories offer me no guarantee about what kind of mysteries I might encounter in the dark, they made nighttime so much more potent than daytime that I was prepared to accept most risks." Taylor continues, "While this brief survey does not exhaust my early lessons about darkness, it is enough to suggest that each of us has a personal history of darkness. A child who was locked in a closet as punishment will not register darkness the same way as a child who looked forward to a family camping trip. A child who grew up in an urban housing project will fear things worse than coyotes when she bolts her door at night. As universal as darkness may be, our experience of it is local. It is also social, cultural, economic, and political, since our relationship with darkness is never limited to what we have personally sensed or intuited about it. We have all been taught about what to think about the dark, and most of us only have to think a minute to come up with the name of our teachers. Who has taught you to live in the dark? Who has taught you what darkness is about?" Grace and peace to you from myself, Pastor Emmy, and the people of Faith Lutheran Church in Morris.